welcome back subscribers and hello YouTube viewers. Now I've got a bit of a giggle on my face. The location I'm at now really isn't at all sort of advertised as some sort of historic site. It does come up on Google Maps as a little a point of interest, but to drive up here you're coming up a dirt road and I can't tell you exactly what it is. I'm just going to guess for now, and once again, once I get that drone up and do a little bit of research, I'll be able to tell you a lot more. So whatever you're going to hear from me now, it's just purely speculation. I'm just going to surmise as the best I can. I think I've come across either an army fort or a military type fort or a prison that probably dates back quite a long time. How long, I have no idea. If I do stumble across some sort of plaque or some sort of information sort of display, of course we'll stop and have a read, but I'll swing the camera around and let's explore this thing. It's going to be quite interesting. Some people might know what it is straight out once I spin the camera around, but I got no idea. There's a lot of little gaps in the surrounding wall to prevent people coming in or out, and the little holes I'm assuming is where you'd point out a musket or a crossbow. I got no idea how old this is, but it's old. So I'll spin the camera around. I think there's some writing in Italian. It does not appear to be in Croatian. I can't work out any of these words. There is a word called avanti, which I would have thought that's an Italian word, and costa, which I also believe is a Italian word, and ardente. Now, I think ardente could mean detention. I don't know. I'll spin the camera around, and once again, once that drone goes up, or if we find something as I'm doing the walk around, we'll find out more information. But let's get the camera around first so you can see what I'm looking at. So this is your main entrance. Now, right up there, I'll zoom in. I believe that to be in Italian with that writing there. It's faded, but you can still sort of make out what it says. And as you can see, I'll get a little bit closer. I can stick my hand through these steel gates. And it just seems like an absolute fortress of some sort, or a prison. I don't know if that's all coming in. Is it a prison? I don't know. Is it, yeah. Is it where the soldiers would gather and be their barracks? I don't know. I'm going to walk around and hopefully there might be an opportunity to get in here and have a look closer. As you can see, there's real no markings that just driving up. It's just a dirt road. We are in Pula. So if you're in Pula and you know what this is, great. Or if you visited this area and know what this is, great. But as I said, once the drone goes up, that'll give us a better look. But I'll also do a lot of research when I get the opportunity, if I can't find out as we do this walk around. As you can see, it looks like it's a beauty. I tell you what. I've got no idea what it is. I'm still going to stick with it. Could be a prison or army barracks. But I'm leaning towards a prison because it's really, you're not going to be able to get in here at all. So we're just going to go for a bit of a walk. It has been hit by graffiti, but it looks like now they've put steel gates up to prevent you from actually going in. There's a fair bit of graffiti. Pretty much every bit has been hit with some sort of tag. And I'm not sure if you can see it. I'll try to point, but basically those holes have all been filled in. I'm thinking to prevent people from climbing in. Yeah, you're not going to get in here at all. This is very secure. And once again, I don't condone anyone breaking things, forcing entry. If you're exploring, the only thing you're really taking is footage, be it photographic or video, or by drone. And all you're leaving behind is, at the worst, your footprints. And that should be all you should be leaving and taking. Yeah, this is really secure. It's like a little mini Fort Knox or something. But you can see they've blocked it all off so people can't sneak in where the holes would have been. Very good. I think the best bet is we'll see more with the drone than what we are just walking around. I was going to see if I could stick my hand through with the camera to give us some sort of image, but I just can't. It's basically this steel gate is going to give us the best opportunity, and that's about it. I guess I could stick my hand through here just to give you a slightly better angle, just through there. And that's so you can see where the troughs are, where maybe horses would get their water. And that's really about it. And even if you get into this little part, the rest of it is pretty much closed off, so no one can actually go any further. So that's about it. We've done the lap. Not a big location, but it is structurally built to last a long time. Very good. All right, well, I think we're just going to have to get the drone up and we'll have to do some research, and then I'll be able to let you know exactly what this was once I do some more research. Now, this is basically the only signage for this immediate area. It's basically saying, obviously, if you're coming into the area, if you've got any rubbish, take it back with you, I guess. So yeah, it's just a shame. I think this would be a great location for tourists if they're into this sort of stuff. But anyway, we'll keep looking. Okay, so now I'll jump in with a bit more researched information instead of just me surmising on what we're actually looking at. So Pula's Fort San Giorgio, commonly referred to as Pula's Fort Montegiro, remains an emblem of the region's vibrant history and architectural prowess. A brainchild of the Austrian Empire's defence system, the fort's establishment dates back to the 19th century. Its prime objective was to ensure the safeguarding of the Empire's principal naval port. Over the centuries, the fort's primary function evolved in tandem with the changing geopolitical scenarios. It found use as a tank till 1914, which had donned the role of a storehouse and barracks for its neighbouring artillery battalion. By 1918, it witnessed a brief period of abandonment, only to be repurposed as barracks until 1947. Its subsequent transformation into a military storehouse saw the removal of much of its carpentry and installations, leaving behind only the entrance door. The fort has a distinctive circular design, spanning about 35 metres in diameter. Such a design was not only architecturally unique, but also served to enhance its defence capabilities. The fort was built in multiple phases during the 19th century. The first phase commenced in 1852 and concluded in 1854. This was followed by a subsequent phase in 1854 to 1856, with the final significant construction activity recorded in 1860. So that's it about the historical background of this fort. I hope it was informative enough. There wasn't too much information out there, but please enjoy the remaining aerial views. So that's really about it. I hope I've been able to inform you with the information I've been able to discover. I hope the drone footage sort of inspired you to maybe come up and have a look at this. I'll give any links I can in the description below, and like as per usual, any old photos that I find, any references that I provide, that'll all be in the description below. So once again, if you did like the video, by all means click on the like button or that thumbs up icon. Please consider subscribing. Subscribing doesn't really cost you 1 cent at all, but it really does help the channel immensely. But most importantly, stay safe, commute safe, wherever you are, and have a great day, and thank you for your time for watching.